Next, Nippon Express presents From India to the World. Media partner CNBC TV 18.
Hello and welcome to Nippon Express presents From India to the World, media partner CNBC TV 18. I'm Ridu Bhandari. We are coming to you from Semicon India 2025, a landmark event jointly organized by India Semiconductor Mission and SEMI here at Yashobhoomi in New Delhi. The second edition of Semicon India brings together global leaders, innovators, policymakers, academia, and the electronics ecosystem to shape the future of semiconductors in India. The event brought together over 350 exhibitors and participants from 48 countries, recording over 35,000 registrations, 30,000 in footfall, and 25,000 online views. The theme for Semicon India 2025 was building the next semiconductor powerhouse, which reflects the nation's growing ambitions. The government has recently cleared fresh investments worth 4,600 crore rupees across 4 states, taking the total number of approved projects to 10 states with cumulative investments nearing 1.6 lakh crore rupees. Clearly, semiconductors have emerged as a national priority, powering India's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. India's semiconductor opportunity is vast, projected to cross $55 billion by 2026 and touch $100 billion by 2030. But for that ambition to materialize, supply chain and logistics will play a defining role. Let's take a closer look at the market outlook, infrastructure plans, and the challenges that still remain. India's semiconductor market was valued at $52 billion in 2024-25 and is projected to almost double, reaching $103.4 billion by 2030, growing at a strong compounded annual growth rate of 13%. Rising demand for smartphones, computers, and next-gen digital technologies, driven by 5G and AI adoption, is fueling this growth. Strategic collaborations with countries like the US and Japan are enabling technology transfer and strengthening India's capabilities. Going forward, building robust infrastructure, advancing technology, and developing skilled talent will be critical to positioning India as a global hub for semiconductor manufacturing and design. But scaling up a sector this complex is not just about factories and policies. It's also about movement. Reliable logistics is the backbone that ensures this industry doesn't just take off, it also sustains growth. And that's where global players like Nippon Express come in with end-to-end solutions tailored for the semiconductor ecosystem. Founded in 1937 and headquartered in Tokyo, Japan, Nippon Express or NX Group is a premier global logistics services provider. The NX Group provides comprehensive logistics solutions required at every stage of semiconductor manufacturing, including ultra-precision transport, temperature control, bonded warehousing, warehouse management system integration, and last-mile delivery.
NX Group provides end-to-end logistics service covering the entire semiconductor supply chain. From construction materials for the semiconductor factories from the left, manufacturing equipment and materials to finished products, we ensure safe and timely transportation using our own expertise.
Aligned with the Government of India's national strategy to promote the semiconductor industry, the NX Group serves as a trusted end-to-end logistics partner, driving the industry's growth and working together with India to shape its future. Through its participation in Semicon India 2025, the NX Group aims to strengthen relationships with customers and stakeholders, forge new partnerships, and support their business growth, particularly of those in the semiconductor sector. So how exactly is Nippon Express applying its global expertise to India's semiconductor ambitions? From transporting billion-dollar equipment to building resilient supply chains, NX is already making an impact. Let's hear from Katsuhito Kobayashi, who leads the group's South Asia and Oceania operations. Well, Nippon Express has decades of global experience when it comes to semiconductor logistics. Tell us how you are adapting that expertise to India's unique diversities, complexities, and challenges.
Yes, of course, we are going to leverage our global semiconductor logistics know-how into this unique market. But to do so, now we start collaboration with the local partners and also the government agencies. So now we are ready to, make a tailor-made end-to-end solution in India. Yeah.
And moving all these billion-dollar semiconductor equipment across various kinds of terrain, a lot of times it's rugged terrain, that's no easy task. So how does NX ensure precision, safety and reliability in such sensitive movements?
Well, actually, it's a very good question. And we are going to deploy the specialized vehicle with air suspension or temperature control. And besides that, maybe we're going to train our staff already and for very, very professional train. And to do so, maybe we have going to ensure the safety and the precise, timely manner of logistics in India. So we believe we can make it.
Yes, absolutely, and we are banking on you to make it. Well, India is also scaling up investments in semiconductor fabrication facilities. How big of an opportunity is that for NX Logistics?
Wow. As you see, semiconductor supply chain is very wide, very various. So we have many opportunities, but especially we are now focusing on the, let's say, equipment or raw material and also implant logistics nearby the foundry. And I think maybe by this, we want to contribute the Make in India policy from logistics sector.
Right. And how important is India in NX's global growth strategy in the semiconductor space, especially as opposed to, developed markets like Taiwan, like Japan, like US?
Right. For me, India is most important now. And of course, we have the very good experience, but also we want to raise our Indian potential of logistics into our NX global growth policy. So not only semiconductor, but overall Indian market is very, very important for us.
India's semiconductor journey is also a supply chain story. From safeguarding billion-dollar equipment to stabilizing networks across states, logistics partners like NX Group are helping reduce risks, drive resilience and strengthen the Make in India vision. With 103 offices and 60 warehouse facilities across 39 Indian cities, covering a total floor area of 410,000 square meters, NX Group is comprehensively contributing to building a robust domestic supply chain. These facilities deliver end-to-end logistics solutions from inventory management, repackaging, inspection and assembly to export packing and shipping agency services. Looking ahead, NX Group plans to establish semiconductor dedicated logistics warehouses in Gujarat and Assam by 2027, strengthening India's semiconductor ecosystem at its emerging hubs. The company is also exploring modal shifts through the upcoming dedicated freight corridor and coastal shipping routes, enhancing speed, efficiency, and sustainability. At the heart of its approach is the local into global hybrid model, bringing in global best practices from markets like Japan, Taiwan, US, and Ireland, while tailoring solutions to India's unique requirements. From cross-border transport of semiconductor equipment and raw materials to bonded inventory, temperature-controlled facilities, and high-frequency deliveries, NX Group is powering the backbone of India's manufacturing sector. Beyond equipment handling, Nippon Express is also investing deeply in India's logistics backbone. It is building warehouses, expanding multimodal solutions, and tailoring global best practices to local conditions here. Here's more on that, followed by a conversation with Teruaki Nagoya, who leads NX operations across India, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. Nippon Express already has a very wide footprint in India. You are already present in over 100 offices and about 60 warehouses across multiple cities. So tell us, how are you tailoring all of these assets to really serve the semiconductor industry here?
Yeah, we are investing it and setting up the temperature controlled dedicated semiconductor warehouse in key regions such as Gujarat or Assam. So we are also proactively working on the infrastructure development for the airport and seaport and road through the public-private partnership, collaborating with states, governments, and companies to build a stable logistics network. In addition, we are implementing the growth cluster strategy that focus on the specific regions and industries, enabling efficient allocation of the limited resources.
Right. You spoke about the upcoming semiconductor warehouses in Gujarat and Assam.
Yeah.
How will these play a role in really strengthening India's chip supply chain?
Yeah, actually, these dedicated warehouses will enable fast and secure delivery of the materials to major fabs, significantly strengthening India's domestic semiconductor supply chain.
And there are also some key infrastructure shifts happening, like the dedicated freight corridor, coastal shipping. These are in progress. How can some of these transform semiconductor logistics in India?
Utilizing the dedicated freight corridors and the coastal shipping will improve long-distance transport efficiency and reduce cost, and enhancing the reliability and the speed of the semiconductor logistics.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Nagoya. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us on the show. Coming up after the break, we bring you exclusive conversations with Nippon Express leaders on their deep engagement with India's upcoming semiconductor plants. Stay tuned as we explore how global logistics expertise is powering India's big semiconductor lead.
Next, Nippon Express presents From India to the World. Media partner CNBC TV 18.
Welcome back to Nippon Express presents From India to the World, media partner CNBC TV 18. As India positions itself among the world's top semiconductor hubs, the role of reliable logistics partners is becoming even more critical. Nippon Express is already working closely with global and Indian chip makers, supporting the country's major upcoming semiconductor plants from Gujarat to Assam. Today, NX Group is engaged with all 5 major semiconductor plants in the country, providing specialized logistics solutions that ensure safe, seamless, and timely movement of highly sensitive equipment and materials. In Sanand, Gujarat, NX Group supports a leading US semiconductor giant's back-end process plant, delivering precision-driven logistics tailored to global standards. In Dholera, Gujarat, NX Group is contributing to the establishment of a front-end process plant by a major Indian conglomerate, while in Jagiroad, Assam, it is enabling a state-of-the-art back-end process facility by the same group. To tell us more, we are now joined by P. Krishnamurthy, MD and CEO of Nippon Express India. Well, NX is already working with 5 major semiconductor plants in India. Could you please walk us through what the company's role is at these sites?
For all of these 5 projects, we are involved deeply from supporting them for entire supply chain for their capital goods, raw materials, spare parts, and subsequent replacements as well.
Right. And handling both the front end and the back end plant processes really requires very different kinds of logistics. So, how is Nippon Express really managing all of these varied requirements?
First, we study the entire requirement of each equipment, discuss with the customer, plan what kind of special equipment required. Accordingly, we manage to provide specialized equipment, need be even air-conditioned trucking system or any other special equipment we provide, such a way that their materials or their capital goods are being delivered safely and in intact condition to their respective plants.
Right. And semiconductor players value not just capacity but also trust.
Yes.
So, how is NX really building long-term relationships with various chip makers in India?
The primary single reason is communication. Communication with the customer, then build the relationship, discuss with them their requirements, and we involve right from their compliance requirements, contractual agreements, requirements. Then we will try to plan and execute their project with high quality, with high compliances, so that they don't have any kind of a governmental or regulatory issues for their incoming equipment or spare parts or raw material or any other replacement parts.
India's semiconductor mission is still in its very early stages. So, what are the biggest logistics challenges that you foresee as semiconductor plants across the country ramp up operations?
See, when we study the current infrastructure doesn't support very precision equipment to be traveled or to be imported through some specific ports. So at this moment, we find infrastructure issues are there, which we also see there is a big progress is happening on this infrastructure, and we hope this would further improve to by the time the semiconductor industry comes up to certain level, our infrastructure is totally in place to meet their requirements.
Looking ahead, NX Group has set bold goals. From building resilient supply chains to deepening relationships with semiconductor customers, Nippon Express has laid a strong foundation. But what lies ahead? How does NX plan to scale its India operations and align with the government's vision for the semiconductor sector? For that, let's hear now from Mayur Toshniwal, the Managing Director of NX Logistics India. Well, NX has set an ambitious revenue target of 60 billion Japanese yen in India by 2028. So tell us, how does the semiconductor sector fit into this growth plan?
Semiconductor is an actually important focus growth driver for NX in India. We all know that semiconductor sector is only taking birth now, and we expect that the sector is going to grow substantially over the next 3 to 5 years. We intend to participate in that journey. We want to be a logistics service provider end to end as far as the semicon sector is concerned. More specifically, the manufacturing sites are coming up in Gujarat and Assam for now. And by 2027, we will be setting up our warehouses in both Gujarat as well as Assam, Guwahati, near Guwahati, to cater to the requirements, the supply chain requirements, which will come from equipment, materials, as well as the finished product. And we will participate and we will provide services across these sectors. We also will be investing substantially in the transportation systems. The transportation requirements in Semicon are very specialized. So we will be investing in temperature controlled trucks, air suspension trucks. So by participating across all these, we aim to grow substantially as far as the semicon sector in India is concerned.
Right. And NX often talks about its growth cluster strategy. Can you explain that to us? And why is combining regional and industrial access really key to the company's growth in India?
We aspire to grow substantially, but we also need to grow efficiently, which is why the growth cluster strategy combines the regions in India with the specific focus industrial sectors in which we intend to focus. Just to give you an example, in the north, in the west and east, our focus is on automotive, on semiconductor and some of these sectors. Whereas in south, for example, we intend to focus on automotive as well as technology and maybe even aerospace sectors. Now, this is just to ensure that our growth is efficient and we achieve the $400 million revenue target by 2028.
Right. And there is also a vision which you have, which is the Pan-Indian Ocean economic vision. Explain that to us, and how important is India to this vision?
So Pan-Indian Ocean, as the word says, intends to make India as a strategic hub to cater to the Indian Ocean requirements. The background to this is that NX has considerable strengths today in Europe, US, and Southern East Asia. We believe that connecting to Middle East and Africa needs to get much better for us, and it's expected to be another growth driver for us, in which India will be a strategic hub for the supply chain requirements for these parts of the world.
Right. And finally, what is your long-term vision for NX in India's semiconductor ecosystem, and how do you really see it evolving by 2030?
As I said earlier, semiconductor is just taking birth here, but it is a strategically important sector for India. It's going to grow by leaps and bounds over the next 3 to 5 years. NX Group has considerable expertise in other parts of the world. So our vision by 2030 is simple. We want to deploy all that experience and expertise into India. In simple terms, we want to be the leading logistics player in semicon industry by 2030.
And we wish you all the very best for that. Thank you so much for joining us.
Many thanks again. Thank you so much.
As India races to join the league of semiconductor powerhouses, strong logistics will determine just how fast and how far we can go. With its global expertise and local presence, Nippon Express is proving to be a crucial enabler in this journey. Well, that's all we have on this very special show on CNBC TV 18. Until next time, thank you very much for joining us. Goodbye.
Next, Nippon Express presents From India to the World. Media partner CNBC TV 18.